What's going on? Born for Sports. Salute to New York Knicks Nation. And if you're new to the channel, make sure y'all hit that like button. I need everybody in Knicks Nation to report to the stage tonight. We got some things to talk about. I need everybody to hit that like button. Let the algorithm know we are in the building tonight talking about this Knicks game, this Knicks win. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button to Born for Sports. Well, it's getting late, y'all. It's getting late in the season. And the New York Knicks, they are on the chase for that 2 seed, baby. They on the chase for that 2 seed, man. And hey, tonight was a nice win tonight. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into some things, some topics tonight. But the chase for the 2 seed is on, folks. The Knicks are getting close to playoff time where the rubber's going to meet the road on a lot of questions that have been coming up the last few weeks towards the end of this season. And I want to get into it tonight. I want to talk about this game as the Knicks took care of business tonight. But before we do, let's bring in some of the fellas that want to chop it up and talk some Knicks basketball tonight. I got my guy Ray, my fellow OG Knicks fan brother. Salute. What's goody, brother?
Listen, man, feels good to be back. It's been a while. You know, I wish I could see y'all, but I'm looking like a man cave, man. So y'all just go ahead, a nice voice, man.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good, bro. Hey, listen. All topics will be talked about by hook or by crook. We got you here tonight. And speaking of man cave, as you just said the magic word, let's bring in my guy Man Cave in the building. What's goody, brother?
What's good? Salute, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Also, salute to the chat. Salute to the panel, man. Always good to be back over here, man, talking Knicks. I just got off the stream doing the Knicks play-by-play and stuff, man. So,
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
welcome.
Well, welcome, man. I appreciate you coming, showing some love as always, and coming to chop it up with us, man. I appreciate that for sure. And look who we got here backstage, who just joined and I'm sure got some things he want to get off his chest. My guy, T, in the building. What's goody, T? I see you are here and want to get some things off your chest, brother. What's going on?
Yo, what's good? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. All right, was good. Yeah, I'm on my way home, scan off, getting on my goods. You know how it is. What's up, guys?
What's going on, T?
All right, man. Chilling, get to it. That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chilling. Appreciate you, stopping by and giving us a little time of your night tonight, man, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't watch the game, so, I'm not gonna front like I know what's going on, but still, you can still talk Knicks. It ain't nothing. I'll listen and chime in, but I didn't watch the game, just so you guys know. I mean, I already told y'all, so.
Yeah. It's all good. Hey, listen, you on the show, man. We gonna chop it up and talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know how we do it. We talk about it, bro. So it's all good, man. It's all good. The chat is in. My guy, our guy. Cliff checking in. What's up, Cliff? Salute. I know you happy about that win tonight, baby. I know you are. Appreciate you coming through, man. But, hey, let's talk about it tonight, y'all. As the chase for the 2 seed is on, y'all, it's on, okay? Make no mistake about it. No matter what seed in this top 4 the Knicks land in, okay, I still believe, we all still believe they are still contenders and can still get the job done, but as fans, and as fans that we are, the Knicks and in the NBA, we're going to talk about it. And, hey, we all want the easiest possible route and road to where we want to go. But I think it's important for this Knicks team to get that 2 seed, no lower than 3, because me personally, I want that home court advantage as much as possible, even if we have to play Detroit whenever we play them and have to give that home court. But against everyone else, especially Boston Celtics, who have gone on a charge here and doing their thing, and they got Tatum back, I think the 2 seed is important. What y'all think about that? Ray, How you feeling about where the Knicks seeding is headed right now?
Most definitely, man. It's the time of the year where, listen, it's all about seeding, right? And you know, basketball, like home court, really, really matters.
No
So,
doubt.
you know, I was looking at the schedule throughout. From now to I believe we have how many games left? About
Well,
15, 14, 12.
Think
Okay.
about 12 or 13, right?
Yeah. So I'm looking at the schedule. Thank God we have a favorable schedule. So
Time is
um
time.
I I honestly think they could run the table. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, they will probably lose 2 games at most. And to be honest with you, the top 3 spots in the East is wide open. So
For sure.
listen, man, you know, we definitely want the easiest route to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I feel with this team that we have, you know, playing us in a 7 game series is going to be a tough out, and I do believe that we'll show up regardless, you know, who's in front of us.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. I definitely agree with you. No matter what seed we are, we gonna be a tough out. I mean, we have the roster in the East to definitely come out no matter who we play, as long as we play our game and play the way we need to play to get dubs. But T, what's your feeling on this situation with the seeding, bro?
I mean, you know, like we said before, I definitely want us to get that. I mean, originally, I already told you, I was like, yeah, I want us to get that 4th seed because I want us to face Detroit in the 2nd round, you
Right.
know, but I don't know if that's looking more like a reality, but it's looking like we're, you know, more geared towards the 2nd or the 3rd. So we definitely got to catch Boston. I think we're 2 games in the loss column behind them, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
I think we only
Yeah,
have one game now.
I think we're a half game, ain't we?
Just one. We won
One
game.
game, right?
Yep, one game.
Yeah, 1 game. Yeah.
1 game. So we pretty much have an easy schedule, you know, with the exception of Boston and who we face. We face OKC. That's another playoff contender. I forgot who else is on there. I think Houston. And then we play the Raptors again, right?
Yeah, we play the Raptors and
Atlanta. So you know, it's kind of a mixed bag, but still, if we could secure that, you know, that number 2 seed, I wouldn't mind, because either way we're gonna face Boston. I mean, I feel confident going up against Boston and beating them in Boston like we did last year when we came back twice in that 20-point win. You know, but it honestly, it wouldn't hurt like to get that 2nd seed. You know, so sky's the limit for this team. You know, if we do get that 2nd seed, you know, we're looking at facing maybe like what, you know, Atlanta, Miami,
Miami.
Yeah, it's between Atlanta and Miami right now. They've kind of jockeying too with Toronto up and down, but I think it's going to be most likely Atlanta or Miami.
So who's in that last 4? You got Atlanta, Miami, you got Philly. Philly's down there.
Yeah, I think
right.
I think Charlotte's down there too.
And Charlotte, yeah. I mean, I think, you know, it's going to be between Atlanta and Miami, Charlotte, and maybe Philly, just depending on, you know, where they at in terms of like their injuries. But, you know, that's for them to just turn it on for like the last 10 or 12 games. It's going to be an uphill climb. And plus, Maxey's out. Maxey's out for a few weeks.
Yeah. Yep. And that's a big injury for them. Big injury. Really big. Yeah. Because you know you can't trust Embiid. You know that. And he's already. Yeah. That's a big deal. I agree with you, bro.
So we just got to, you know, do our part and secure that 2nd seed as much as possible. So, you know, we'll get home court advantage and, you know, we'll bust Boston's ass in the 2nd round.
For sure. I definitely agree with you, man. You know, and I want home court this time against Boston. That's just me. I want home court on them. As you said, there's no doubt. There's no doubt on my mind we can go in there and beat them, especially. But you don't want a Game 7 in Boston. It's not ideal. So I would like that Game 7 to be in our building at the Garden, at the Mecca with the crowd and everything. Ideally, that's what you want. But I do agree. We can definitely go in there and take care of business. We already showed we did it last year. And quite frankly, in my opinion, we're a better team roster-wise than we were last year. Our bench is better. So I think that there's some optimism there that I feel confident playing Boston. I just would rather prefer us having home court. That's all. That's just my whole thing.
Right.
My guy, Man Cave, what are your thoughts on this race for the 2 seed, bro?
Yeah, man, it'd be nice to get that 2 seed though. But like I said, going into the playoff, Boston. For some reason with Boston, I really don't fear Boston because Boston's a jump shooting team. So if they're not hitting shots, that's about it because they're not a physical team.
Yeah. Yep.
The only thing we worry about the physicality, like Orlando and Detroit are the 2 physical teams, and that's the problem though. See if they're gonna play against how Towns and Bridges gonna play against that physicality, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing you worry about. But as far as the other ones, Atlanta, they're the one team that they can score. When a team can score a lot, you worry about that a little bit because they could be hitting every damn thing, you know. And Atlanta, they don't want like 10 or 11 in a row now and stuff like that. So
yeah, they're hot.
Right, they're hot right now, like mystery for right now. But the playoff is a different story, you know, and that's why it's a series. It's not just a one game. It's not like sudden death, so it's a series. So, hey, you play a team, you get to know them, and that's it. And you ain't got to make adjustments and stuff like that. You just play them the same, and you go from there. But yeah, that's the only team is like Detroit, and I want to see how they're gonna play against Detroit in the playoffs. Because I know last year was Kevin, but this year's a little bit different, though. You know what I'm saying? So, answering them guys, but I would love to answer them guys. So Boston, like I said, I ain't worried too much about Boston. So if they ain't making shots, they ain't doing nothing.
I respect that take. I definitely do. And let's call it how it is. At this time of year, you want to be playing your best ball. Right now, Detroit not playing their best right now. They've been struggling. They're starting to show a little bit of exposure there of how to play them. And I think the Knicks have enough to do that when it matters, but they got to do it. And that's the thing. We haven't seen them do it yet. Now, last year, that was what everyone said when we played Boston. Oh, it can't be Boston. Well, when they played Boston the players, they did it. This will be no different. But I'd say this. Detroit better be careful. And we've been talking about it in the chat, Ray and T. They better be careful because if they're not careful, they will get knocked out before they even get to us.
It's highly likely.
Matchups, right?
Yeah. I kind of wanted Charlotte to play them because Charlotte was giving them problems this year,
Yeah.
But I think Charlotte's kind of like fall back down to earth a little bit. I hope they get in. We'll see what happens with their team. But it looks like they're in that play-in mix now. So. But yeah, man, there was a time where Charlotte was red hot. They were like the 6th seed or something for a while, and now things are starting to change up at the moment. But Detroit's showing warts. Boston's coming up. The Knicks, they have some things to iron out within, but they're still winning games. They're still winning enough games to be right there within striking distance. And as Ray mentioned, with this schedule that they got to close, it is not out of the question the Knicks could definitely run off a long winning streak here, whether they win every game or maybe lose 1 or 2 the rest of the way, and still that 2 seed if things go a certain way, y'all. I definitely want to see that. I definitely think there's a chance for that, and I want to talk about this game as well. But I think the main goal for this point of the season, when you're a team that's a title contender, it's in the standings that the Knicks are in. It's all about just getting ready at your best for come playoff time, getting healthy, and that seeding, man. I think getting that home court is important. I want that 2 seed, bro. I want it, man, and I hope the Knicks do their part. I do. I hope they do their part. Today was a nice step in certain directions, but we'll see how it goes going forward. Let's hit the chat real quick. Cliff says, always feels great to beat the Country Pumpkins. Even that pencil neck geek out for the season. You took the words out of my mouth, Cliff. That pencil neck geek is the only one missing in this, but I'm going to take the win. Y'all know how I feel about that damn overrated Halliburton. But I'll take the win. It's always good to play us. And like Ray, we were talking earlier, man. It's like they get superpower. They get hyped up for us, man. They get hyped up for us. They couldn't stop. They couldn't miss a 3 in that first half, bro.
Every single time.
Oh
Like,
my God.
listen, man, like going into halftime, you already know. I went on a little rant. I'm like, yo, I'm not doing this shit tonight. I'm not doing this shit tonight. Listen, the past couple of games we did
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah, like past couple of games we listen, like we did it with the Warriors, and I'm like, please, please, not tonight. Like, and like prior to the game, if you look on the injury report, damn near their whole team was questionable.
Yeah.
And I was
But
like,
but how many
watch.
played?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, watch. Being
Rick
that they
Carlisle.
facing the Knicks at the Garden, everybody gonna be available. And
Rick
right an
freaking
hour
Carlisle.
before game tip, that's exactly what the fuck happened. Listen,
Yeah.
man, like I really hate this team. You don't even know. Like these are one. This is probably the team that really irked my nerves. But however, I appreciate the energy after halftime,
Yeah.
where they picked up the pace. They defenders got quickly to the perimeter because at some point they were hot behind the arc. They wasn't missing.
Mhm.
Bro.
So
They were
I
like
definitely
10
appreciate.
for 19 at one point. I was like,
Yeah,
what the fuck is
yeah,
going
yeah. They
on?
was going crazy. They was going crazy. So
Shit, man.
I really do appreciate the adjustment that was made, and we was able to keep our foot on the gas. We didn't look back. So
Yeah.
once again, a positive that I seen from the previous, today's game was a better start, and we
Right.
definitely need more of that. We need to have energy. So
I agree.
you
I agree.
know, being that Jose Alvarado started, he's an energy guy. So
Oh yeah.
that definitely gave us a boost for sure. So
Yep.
I was very pleased for the most part.
Well, I tell you what, man. We're gonna talk about. I'm glad you brought it up, but yeah, I'd say this, and I know, man, Cave, you'll agree with me with this. I'd rather them have an issue with not guarding the three and just bombing away each other and all of that in the first half, and just kind of figure it out in the second half, than have a situation where we're down 20.
Yeah,
Down
Right.
20,
yeah,
and we gotta come back, and it's already a 20-point lead in the middle of the first quarter.
Right.
Give me that any day of the week, bro.
I agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get back to the chat real quick. Listen, Clip out here saying Deuce is coming back. Let's get that 2 seed for him. Yes, for sure. For sure. There was a report today. Yeah, there was a report today that now Deuce has been cleared for contact. So, hey, maybe he is going to try to get back sooner rather than later. And might be, they even talk, there's rumors he might actually be ready for game one of the first round. I was very highly skeptical of that, honestly. And I still have my concerns about, the whole dynamic with Deuce, because every time we see Deuce have a bit of a long-term injury the last couple of years, when he gets back, it takes him a while to get the rust, and then he's never the same as he was before injury. So I'm hoping for the best. We'll see. But that's certainly good news to know that Deuce could be ready for game one. What do you think about that, man, K?
Man, that's a big boost, man. Because Deuce, like I said, he's one of our consistent contributors and stuff like that, man. The shooting and also the defense, the point of attack on defense and stuff like that, man. And plus, he's been in the playoff. He's an experienced player, man. So,
Yeah.
we need him back. That's part of that's part of our strength, our core. He can be a starter at times. He's a plug and play. So hey, man, anytime you can get a contributor like that, man, a solid piece of your team back, that's all that matters. We're doing this without you. That's gonna make our team even stronger. You know what I'm saying? Come playoff.
Right. I totally agree. And see, I want to run this by you as well.
Yeah.
With the issues that McCall is having right now, okay, he has been in a brutal shooting slump. I mean, there's no other way to put it. We know the kind of role he has on the team, but he's in such a brutal slump that it's just too glaring to ignore at this point. And if Deuce can come back, and McCall is still having these issues with his shooting and getting it together for the playoffs, that could be a big boost for the team, to that McCall, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to sit. You know what I mean? Like if you don't figure it out, and we'll have an answer off the bench, not just Clarkson, not just other players, Shaman, for instance, but Deuce coming back to the rotation could be a big deal. What do you think about that, bro?
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I'm just saying. I'm just like, I don't think it fazed McCall because McCallum's in bench, so I don't think nothing fazed that dude, which is crazy, right? You would think that he'll take some pride in that stuff and go from there, but it looked like nothing fazed that dude. I'm all for benching that dude. I'll bench his man. I don't care. I don't care. But hey, we got to get production, man. Ain't no way we paying no dude $25 million. We can't get production. If we ain't getting on the offensive end, we got to get on the defensive end. You got to be more play with more juice and more energy. He's just too lackadaisical for me, man. He's too lackadaisical. He's weak as far as like the handle, the rebound. I'm just like, God, come on, bro.
Yeah,
man, play like a man.
You're done with him, huh?
I'm for a minute, man.
Yeah. I got you. Well, listen, believe it or not, we need him. But if he's gonna play like this, he's gonna have to sit. I mean, we can't just say the hell with it. We'll get with it. We'll take what we get. No, it's got to be better. And I expect it to change sooner or later. But by the playoffs, if this shit ain't together, and Deuce is ready, Deuce getting those minutes. If I'm Mike Brown, what do you think about that, T?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see that. Glad to hear that Deuce is coming back. But he needs to get ramped up before he just throw him out. To the Wolves game 1. He at least needs to get at least 5 to 6 games in.
Yeah.
Before the playoffs. Just throw him in game 1. I think it kind of like I don't think that'll be a good look. Just to go, for him just to be coming off the bench for game 1. I mean, it can help, but still, it's just like we kind of are in a groove in a sense. You get what I mean?
It's not ideal to just throw him out there like that. I definitely agree with you.
So I would definitely would love to see him play a few games.
Yeah, me too.
Before game 1 of the NBA playoffs. Yeah. But back to McCall, like it's just a shooting slump that he's going through. I mean, hopefully, he'll be able to turn it around against his old team on Friday. The team that we traded 6 picks to get him.
He better because I can't see him playing like that against that team. I done talked too much shit, bro. I done talked too much shit to those dudes about this trade, and he playing the way he playing. He better give me 20 that the other.
He better drop a 50 ball or something. He better drop a 50 ball on Friday. Fuck a 20 piece. We need a 50 ball. Shut the motherfuckers up. And like, this fan base is like, even like you go like the Knicks Twitter, like, I mean, everywhere. Like, they're so divided on this. More so, there's more people against, Mikal Bridges as opposed to people that's rooting for him. I'm kind of like neutral. You get what I'm saying? But
me too. I'm kind of
like, but it's just like, damn, man. And I know he's probably just hearing it, like, he's the team traded 5 picks for me. I'm getting paid how much? I forgot. He got a huge ass contract this summer, getting paid like, what is it? He got like 150.
150 million for 4.
Yeah, like 30.
Man. Yeah, but but in his defense, people got to remember, like, he's the 4th option on the team. But even with him being a 4th option, there's been times in which, even the games in which he shot more than Towns. He had like 17 attempts. He shot poorly in those games. I remember he was like 6 for 17 in one of those games.
Just bricking,
bro. He's been bricking. So, I don't know what's going on with him mentally. I don't know what's going on outside, off the court. But something is. He just got to get over that mental hurdle. You get what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And just go back to the Bridges that that plays real well. That gives you energy on defense.
Yeah.
It gets you steals, get you rebounds, it get you a block here and there.
That's what we
You know?
saw in the playoffs last year. That
Yeah,
was what we saw.
exactly.
And if he steps up in the playoffs and helps win games like he did last season, similar way, a lot of people won't even be talking about none of that with the picks and all of that, because it's all about winning a championship with this team, and he's got a role to play. But if he don't play that role well, the Knicks, the difference between this year and last year is the Knicks now have better options now to equip to deal with those things if they go a different direction. See, last year we didn't have a bench, so there wasn't many options to go to. So we had no choice but to wait on him. This year's a little different. We got Clarkson, who's come out the doghouse, and I listen. I need to put some respect on Clarkson's name, bro. This man has been a DMP for almost a month, and now that they put him back in the rotation, he stayed ready, and he's been contributing to the team when they needed it. And it's hey, listen, you got to give the man respect for that. You know what I mean? He didn't complain much publicly. When his minutes went out, he just sat there like a pro, waited his turn, and he's ready. So I'm happy about that. But we got options this time, y'all. If Mikal don't turn around, but I'm on the fence of I want this to turn around for him, because if we can get him right come playoff time, we're gonna be a tough out. Ray, what are your thoughts on that, man? About the situation with Deuce possibly coming back sooner than later, and Mikal's play lately, and what they can do if this does not turn around?
Yeah, man. Best case scenario, you will hope that he can really turn this around sooner than later. But to pick it back to what he said, it's a shooting slump. You
Yeah,
know,
it is.
this is this is something that happened before. It even happened when he was a Net. So,
Right.
I just have a funny feeling that ironically he's just gonna go off against the Nets on Friday.
That's what I want to see.
I have a funny feeling that's gonna happen. But I would just want him to show up more on in different areas if the shots are not going in. I definitely would like to see more intensity on the defensive end.
Right.
And yeah, to like Man Cave said, like, yo, man, like, I want to see you get aggressive on the boards too as well. So,
Right. Right.
um, listen, I felt that there needs to be a lineup change because the reason being, I strongly feel like we're at our best when we have a front court, like when Mitch and Cat is in the front court. Like, if like Cat is at his best when there's another center on the floor. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can even look back in his Minnesota days. Like, he was balling because Rudy Gobert was right there.
Right.
So it takes off a lot of stress off the Cat. But, this is a game of matchups. Depending on the matchup, all right, we would have Josh Hart, in the front court. But once again, if we're going against a big lineup, Mitch got to be the starter. But
Yes. And
uh,
Mike Brown, please stop playing them small ass lineups when Brunson comes
yeah,
back. Please. I can't take it. It's a
Yeah.
waste of time. I'm pretty sure, bros. That every time
yeah,
we go to that small lineup, that plus minus is going south every time, bro. Like with that
Easy.
lineup on the floor. I wish there was a stat I could find to find it, but bro, whew.
But Mike Brown he mentioned I believe last game where he said he's not thinking about a lineup change, but doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen. So we'll see if this Mikal Bridges, if he's going off a rail again next game. I could definitely see a lineup change. Maybe Landry Shamet will probably take his place in the meantime,
Right.
but he got to feel some type of ramifications for like, you gotta get it together, bro, because we
Step it
need you
up.
for the postseason.
That's
We
right.
definitely need you for the postseason. But I'm not gonna kill him too much. just like T said, he's like the fourth option. However, but like below 10 points, I'm not feeling that. I'm
No,
not feeling that. Like from you, I like you to be between 10 and 15. If you could just give me those, I'll be pleased for the
no,
most part.
15-8 is not too
Yeah,
much to ask, bro.
it's not too much to ask.
Mm-mm.
So
3
I,
steals,
I
2 blocks, you know.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So
Yeah,
before I was saying, I was venting to you guys that like there was a time where I felt OG and Mikel they playing possum. However, this past month OG been balling. He's
yes,
been
Oh,
giving
yeah,
us,
he
yes,
been hooping.
he's been dropping 20 pieces on the regular. So I can't even get on him anymore. So now the elephant in the room is Mikel.
yeah,
So yeah, man, we gotta get it. We gotta get this together, man. Like I don't know what would inspire you to get that groove back, but I listen, man. If I really hope it happens sooner than later, like we need you to be at your best by the postseason.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm yeah, and if he plays the way he played last postseason and we win games and we go on that run, no one's gonna even care about none of that stuff as
That's
long as
it.
it's happening in the playoffs. This whole Nick team, from the organization down, from the organization to the coach to the players, this is all about what we do in the playoffs, man. I mean,
Always.
that's all it's about, especially after Tibbs got let go. That's what it's all about. It's about getting to the finals and winning this shit. That's it.
Yeah.
So if these
Excuses.
guys do it and Mikal plays well, trust me, all the Knicks fans that hate the guy or whatever, or been upset at him, that'll change because we'll always remember that he steps it up in the playoffs. And that would be 2 years in a row that happened. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Tell you before you I'm gonna let you finish your point. Let me just hit this chat real quick. Andell, salute, Andell. How you been, brother? He says, I stayed in Indy for a minute. You would hate New York too if you had to live there. I could imagine. I could never, bro. First of all, it's too cold for me. That's number one. I hate the cold as it is. And you gonna send me up there to Indiana and Hickville and all of that? Hey, story for another day on that end. But yeah, it's too cold for me to deal with that. I can imagine how boring it is. Shoot, when the Giants won that Super Bowl in Indianapolis, man came, right? Well, it didn't look, the venue ain't look like it was too promising for people visiting out there from what I heard, bro. Fuck that, man. He also says Mikal gonna pick it up in the playoffs. He likes big games. Yeah, that's what we need him to do. Just get it done in the playoffs, man. That's it. Get it done in the playoffs and we move. That's what this is all about, y'all. That's what this is all about. But let's chop it up about the game tonight, y'all. As the Knicks blow out the Pacers 136-110 to move within a game of 2 seed. As you see now, the big story of the game coming in obviously was Jalen Brunson. He did not play for ankle injury management. Does it sound like it's too serious? We'll monitor that. Sounds like they was playing precaution. With this schedule, they can afford to do that. I think it's a smart move they did that. I kind of was like, damn, watch Indiana give us a fucking heart attack tonight because Brunson isn't playing. But which was kind of, I was heading towards cardiac arrest in that first half, but we did a hell of a job in the second half, so that was great to know. But Jalen Brunson did have the ankle injury tonight, and they rested him. But folks, we got some people to shout out for stepping up. And my player of the game, y'all, is obvious. Josh Hart, 33 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on 12 of 13 shooting. How many threes did this man make tonight? Man, what a game for Josh Hart. And it's funny how, we talked earlier, I think it was Ray mentioned, we talked earlier about how the lineup change is being talked about, and the heat on Mikal was on. But I thought some heat also came on Josh Hart as well. Josh has been real erratic since returning. He needed a strong game. And the fact that he had done this tonight at a nick of time, as they say, was a big boost for this team and good to see the old Josh Hart show himself with that hustle and that clutch shooting. Defended well, I thought, tonight, which is what I look more for with him the defending, the rebounding. Hey, Man K, what do you think about Josh's performance tonight, bro?
Josh had the game that Mikal should have had.
That would be nice, right? We could have got both of them, but hey, it is what it is.
And Josh Hart was phenomenal tonight, bro. I could even 5 for 5 from 3-point range. 5 for 5, 100%. Unbelievable, man.
When was the last time we could say that about Josh Hart from 3? Man.
Surprising, man. But 33 points, man, 7 rebounds. You know, Josh Hart gonna get the rebounds. He's the one guard that I can trust to get a rebound. You know, if it's not Robinson or Towns, it's always Josh Hart. Because Josh Hart can get 15, 16 rebounds in the game, no problem. You know, because he go get that ball, he plays with energy and stuff like that. You know, Josh Hart, like I said, and the thing I like about Josh Hart, I respect him a lot, is because he always played through injuries. He's always playing through injuries, man.
Nice.
So he's out there on the sleeve and stuff like that. So
sometimes to a detriment to his own self, but he does play through things, and I respect it, no doubt.
Yeah, he helped us tonight. He left it up because OG started it off, and then Josh took the man on and just he carried us on home, man. And I think Josh had out the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, he could have definitely had 40 tonight if he wanted to. Yeah,
so he
absolutely.
Get the A+ tonight, man. Josh Hart was the star of the game, man. No doubt about it. 12-13, 91% shooting, unbelievable, man.
Yep. He was tremendous tonight, and man, his shot was on. He was making plays. Defensively, he set the tone. I thought in the first half when we were just getting cooked from 3, he was getting some clutch steals. Shifting that momentum, pushing the pace. The team got in rhythm offensively, and he was in tremendous rhythm offensively. I don't even remember the last time I saw Josh in that kind of a rhythm shooting like that. But I'm glad it happened, and hopefully it's a thing. It's a sign of things to come going forward for the rest of the way. What do you think about that, Ray? What do you think about Josh's performance tonight, bro?
Listen, man, welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the Josh Hart I know. However, you're definitely getting drug screened tomorrow by the league.
They said it in the
Yeah. 5 for 5 for 3. Oh, nah. This ain't normal. Nah, dog. You gonna see our doctors in the morning. But other than that, man.
Josh Hart, please report to the main office, Josh Hart.
Listen, man. Like I felt like if he would have stayed in the game, shit, he probably would have beat Bam tonight. Fuck him.
Shit.
But all jokes aside, man, this is the Josh I was looking for all season. Just doing everything on the court. This is the guy that I've been looking for. However, it feels good to be back, man. So I believe we're gonna get more of that in the postseason. And once again, it's against the Pacers. So he felt that he already got hatred inside for the team. So he definitely had to make his point. So It was a great performance, man. I was definitely intrigued. Him and OG, they really set the tone in the first quarter for sure. So listen, man.
OG had a great game tonight too, man. He had 26 tonight, 10 of 13 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3. The Knicks as a team, they shot tremendous from 3 tonight. No doubt about it. Let's see. Yeah, they were 18 of 41 from 3, and was even better than that until when they emptied the bench. Before they emptied the bench, they were tremendous tonight.
Big time, man.
Yeah, so that was a big deal, and I know you didn't see the game and stuff, but what do you think about Josh Hart having that kind of a game, man? We needed it, bro.
I mean, it's beautiful to see. I mean, he was on it. I mean, even with him, he was going through a little slump as well. Remember in the beginning of the year, Josh was shooting well from the 3-point, from the 3. But then I think maybe after the All-Star break, his numbers dipped a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has something to do with it. Yeah, definitely after the All-Star break, his numbers dipped. like he became hesitant in shooting. It's just like, yo, what was going on? So I don't know if it has something to do with the injury or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it's glad to see him, getting this. Yeah, it's glad to see that he's getting his confidence back and it's coming at the right time. And remember, I think didn't they get him like a shooting coach or something like that?
Did it?
Well, I didn't hear you say that one more time.
Doesn't he have like a shooting coach? Didn't they hire a shooting coach? Well, I mean, I think it's for the whole team, but mainly
the shooting coach that they have for the team that's been getting a lot of love. I've been seeing. Let me. I'll get the name for you right now. Yeah. They've been giving him a lot of credit. They were talking about Mike Brown, especially. He's been shouting him out a lot.
So Josh has definitely improved. Working with that shooting coach. To get his mechanics together. But just judging by just today's game, I didn't see it, but from what y'all telling me, 5 for 5. And the thing about it is with Josh is that
Peter Patton, that's his name. Peter Patton, that's the shooting coach name. Go ahead, brother.
Right. The thing with Josh is that that's what teams is going to do. They're going to lag up off of him, and they're going to dare him to shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he got to make them motherfuckers pay. We got to make these teams pay. Like how, a couple years ago in the 76ers series, he made them pay. Like, oh, you want to leave me open? Hold that in your eye. Boom. Hold that.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
He had the game with the clinching series 3 to win it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I'm glad that he's getting his confidence back, and hopefully, his shooting, can transfer over into the playoffs. He's shooting well from 3, because that's gonna be their game plan. You know what? We're gonna put our big man on him, and we're gonna lag off of him, and we're gonna dare him to shoot. We're gonna dare him. And sometimes it's psychological, because it's like, okay, if you're missing a few in a row, right? That can mess with your psyche. So it's basketball is a mind game. You know what I'm saying? You're on an island by yourself and you're missing, and nobody's guarding you. Yeah. That's going to mess with you mentally.
Right.
So if he gets it together, man, we're going to be dangerous. I'm telling you, you're going to be dangerous. We're really going to be dangerous going into these playoffs.
I mean, yeah, because like you said, in the first half of the season, he was shooting a career high from 3.
Yeah, he was.
And he was really, doing what he needed to do. But then, I think, like we said, I think it coincides with the injury, just getting beat up. We know how Josh is. Josh Hart he plays balls to the wall hard for every possession. That's who he is. And there was even a time, I think we talked about it on here too. I was thinking, man, maybe we need to give him a week or 2 off just to manage these injuries, man, because you could see he's not moving well, and the shooting wasn't there after a while. So this was such a big deal to see Josh get it together, and stepping up without the captain involved even makes it sweeter. So, hey, shout out and salute to Josh Hart, man, for real. And like you said, if we can get this version of him in the playoffs, we're going to be dangerous to stop. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be dangerous to stop, man. And then, it kind of makes you wonder, we should keep him in the starting lineup. And maybe if McCall ain't right, he's the one that got to be the odd man out until he figures it out. So that's a conversation that's still in the air. But if we get this version of Josh, I don't even remember the last time we got this version of McCall. It's been at least a month where he shot like this. I think he had one good game in this stretch of his shooting slump.
Spurs, he had a good game.
Spurs. And it seems like he loves playing the Spurs because he always has these great games against them. But yeah, man, shout out to Josh Hart, man, for sure. But I also want to talk about our unsung hero tonight. I gave it to this man right here, Jose Alvarado, bro. GTA, 16 points, 10 assists, started for Brunson tonight. And you talk about man cave. You talk about a guy that's been in a shooter slump. He was 0 for 11 from 3 the last 6 games he's played for the Knicks. Once that first one got down, you could see the confidence went up. And man, did he play a great game tonight. I thought Jose Alvarado was exactly what the doctor ordered tonight for this team with this offense. He orchestrated the offense well. He distributed. He pushed pace. He knocked some threes down. What do you think about his performance tonight, man? Unsung hero tonight, baby. Jose Alvarado, bro.
Yo, Jose Alvarado, man. Hey, first start, double, man. 16 points, 10 assists.
Yeah.
The thing I really like about him is because, he picked up our tempo. He pushes the pick.
Hold on one second. T, you good over there? Because we couldn't hear. I think you got a window open.
No, I'm good. Window ain't open.
Okay.
Internal thing.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, what I was saying was just like with Alvarado, it's just like 16 points, 10 assists, and stuff like this. Like, he makes us faster, man. Them guys was playing fast tonight. Him and Josh Hart. Josh Hart likes running with him. And also with Brunson in lineup, Brunson really likes to walk the ball up or play a half-court thing. Is like, that slows the tempo down and stuff like that. And I think that's why we be getting onto some slow starts in the first quarters and stuff like that. And not to say it's just what Brunson himself, but it's just like everybody else got to pick up the energy. And I think Alvarado picks up the energy when he comes into the game. And especially when Mitch's is in the game and stuff like that, that second unit, stuff like that. So it helped. And like I said, just today, it's just like I said, we had to get off to a fast start, and it was fitting like he started today, and we got off to a fast start against the Pacers. So, hey, the only thing he had to do was just our defense was just not up to par in the first half like it's been, in the past. And if it was up to par, we probably had like a 25-point lead by halftime and all that type of stuff, and kept it around the game and stuff like that.
Especially the way we shot from 3. Yeah, for sure.
Kudos to Jose Alvarado, man. He kind of looked like he played in that Sixers game. Remember when he had that 24 points and stuff like that? What he kind of looked like tonight and stuff. And he needed that because he has been struggling and stuff like that, man. And it was good to see him go against TJ McConnell, the other guy, a pest just like he.
I can't stand that motherfucker, bro. That freaking accountant looking ass dude cooking us from the damn baseline with them jumpers. Hell yeah, man. Really good to see, bro. Yeah, for sure. Ray, what do you think about Jose Alvarado, GTA's performance tonight, man? He stepped up in the nick of time, man. He played very well for Mr. Jalen Brunson, bro.
Yeah, man. He was part of us having that strong start. He was pushing the temp. He was pushing the pace. One thing I definitely loved was he got everybody involved. Like, he was straight pass first, get everybody. So, and I see Cat enjoy playing with him because he makes sure Cats get to his spots. So, yeah, man. 16 points, 10 assists.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, that was a solid start. I'm not mad at it at all. So, he definitely needed this game because, I think he was averaging like below 8 points, like the last 10 games or something like that, if I read correctly.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy that he was in the starting lineup. I watched the game for when they announced the starting lineups and shit. He got a nice ovation, and I know he really wanted that moment. So I'm happy that he finally got that moment.
Back home at the Garden, first start, he had some people there rooting for him.
Definitely, man. Listen, man, it was a good performance for sure.
For sure. T, I'm telling you, Jose Alvarado was really good tonight, man. As Ray mentioned, as Man Cave mentioned, he pushed the pace well. He distributed, and like you also chimed in quickly on Ray's point, you said, "Hey, Cat feed Cat." Well, this man gets Cat the ball, even when we're struggling, wondering like why Cat isn't getting the ball. When he's in the game with Cat, they have a nice little repertoire there, low cohesion there, man. But I really thought Alvarado played well. What do you think his role? How important you think a role is he gonna play come playoff time, T?
Yo, that's what I was just thinking about. Like, it's gonna be Mike Brown has a good problem on his hands. You definitely got to credit management, Leon West, for them strengthening our roster, because if Deuce come back, right? So what's going to be your rotation? Are you going to have you're going to have Alvarado, Deuce, Shaman, of course. You definitely got to have Shaman in the rotation.
Shaman's got to play. Yeah, Shaman's got to play.
So how is that going to work? Like, you're going to play two short, 6 foot, 6'2" guards in your in your backcourt. You get what I'm saying? Depending on who you're facing. If you want to play the small ball lineup, it can work for us, on offensively, but defensively, Deuce plays good defense anyway. They both play good D, but just depending on who they're facing, you don't want them facing, playing D on somebody that's like 6'7" or 6'6".
Yeah, you don't want that.
But so who you think you got for the rotation? Like, you got Deuce, you got Alvarado, you got Shaman, and then who else is left after that? Like, who else do you think is like a guarantee? That's 8 right there. Oh yeah, you got Mitch. Mitch definitely is getting. That's 9.
Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a solid 9 that you can say that's going to get that's going to get run in the playoffs.
And probably Clarkson will probably be situational if that's the case. If Deuce is healthy, Clarkson probably becomes situational after that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen come playoff time, because if it's going to be Deuce or Alvarado, if it's one or the other, because I don't know if you're going to play them both at the same time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. Hopefully, Mike Brown can take a page out of Rick Carlisle's book and just go with a 10 or 11 man rotation.
Yeah.
Little minutes that you get, you have to be productive. Whether it's 7, 8 minutes, once you get in this game, you got to make an impact like right away. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's what happened when Rick Carlisle was in Dallas.
Yeah,
he was playing 11 guys. He was playing 11, 12 guys. You get what I'm saying? He did that with Indiana.
Yeah. Yep, Indiana, that was the key for them beating us, because their bench, they had more healthy bodies and fresher bodies making an impact off the bench. Whatever those Brunson Cat minutes came where they had to rest. That was all. Yeah, that's how they got us, man. Yeah.
Yeah, even if they're playing like 5, 6, 7, a little bit under 10 minutes, but they come in and make an immediate impact. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, Mike Brown's going to have to figure out his rotation come playoff time. And going back to Mikal Bridges, like, if he don't got it, then he's going to have to ride that line. I don't see Mikal. I don't see them devoting him, like taking him out the start line. They're not going to do that. They're definitely not going to do that. But I definitely see that they're going to pull him. Like, if they see that he's struggling, you're getting pulled.
You're getting that quick hook. Hook. Yeah, no doubt about it. You're going to get that quick hook. They're not going to ride out 15 to 18 minutes with him and he's going 1 for 9 and not impacting the game. They're not going to do that in the playoffs. They're not going to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. Mike Brown's got a situation where he's going to have to figure it out, and he's got to figure out who's hot, what's working, and what needs to be done for this game. Every game in the playoff tells a different story. Everything.
Yeah.
You can't just say, hey, well, last game he gave me a nice game, but you know what? Since he played well last game, we're going to just ride out this 1 for 10 right now. No, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. I know they laugh like, hell nah. We're not doing that, bro. It's got to be who's playing well at that moment. And matchups, bro. Like you said, team matchups, man. And what I love about Alvarado, why I think he's going to be a fixture in this rotation come playoff time, is defensively. He might be small, but this man, he guards 94 feet, bro. He guards 94 feet. He pesters the ball handler. He's always around making a play. always usually at the right spot. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's got to definitely be a fixture in this rotation. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Ray? What do you think about the rotation, man, for the playoffs?
Yeah, he definitely got to open the bench for sure because depending on who we facing, for example, like if we was to face a Cade, I pretty much think the NBA caught on to Detroit, whereas you just gotta get on Cade and make everybody else beat you, and you will find out that Detroit is really not that good. Like you gotta cut the snake in the head.
You
And
gotta
you
take
were,
him out of this game.
you gotta take Cade out. You gotta take Cade out because outside of him, they don't got nobody. They don't got a second star. They don't got nobody who can carry the weight.
No.
So, and once again, Brunson's a small guy. So, and in the playoffs, he's gonna run into a lot of bigger guards. So, you would definitely like to, switch up the lineups and throw bigger bodies at, other team players and whatnot. So, I think, going into this postseason, like we really had to utilize our depth. If not, one thing that we learned from last season is we gotta, depth is important. So
Big time.
Leon Rose definitely did his homework, and and Mike Brown better, he better utilize that bench. If not, we're not gonna go very far. So I pretty much think he pretty much got the rundown on that. So I'm not worried. I'm really not worried. I think this team could definitely get to the Eastern Conference Finals again. I just want to get beyond that. So we'll see.
It's all about the finals, baby. It's all about the finals. Like anything less would be uncivilized. Like remember that old commercial?
Right.
Anything less will be uncivilized. Everyone got to get it done. Mike Brown, everybody, because at the end of the day, that's what the goal is. That was the expectation. Whenever you make a change like that with a coach like Tibbs going to the Eastern Conference Finals, you're saying, hey, we want more than this, and it ain't good enough. So you can't say, hey, we got to the second round, guys. First year of the coach, so we'll be all right. No. This team is good to win now. These windows in the NBA do not stay open forever. This is not that kind of NBA. Okay, their window is now. They have to win a championship right now. I would say within the next 2 years, and this season is one of them. Okay. We can't accept nothing less than an NBA Finals appearance this year. That's just where I'm at. I know you guys.
I agree.
You got to think about it. Like our guys are getting like Jalen Brunson's about to turn 30. Mikal is 30. Josh is over 30, and I think Towns is. I mean, not saying that means anything, but these guys are getting older.
Yeah,
you really think about it. Like these guys are not 25, 26, 24, 23 years old. Right now, these guys are almost 30, or I think they are 30. Like I think so.
They definitely 30, 31 for sure.
Yeah. So our window. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you could win a championship if you're 33 years old. Steph Curry won a championship at 30. LeBron. But it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a young man's league. I mean, look at Shea. Shea is like what, 24? He won his first ring.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we get it together. What's up with Diawara? What happened to him? Why didn't he get any burn? Like
I don't even know. I have no idea. He just didn't get any minutes tonight. I guess Brown just decided not to play him tonight. I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. I thought he would have definitely saw some minutes tonight, but I think they just I think Josh Hart playing so well, kind of like, I think Mike Brown really wasn't prepared for what if Josh Hart played well. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of well. Not that he wouldn't play well, but this kind of game he had. And I just think, I don't know, it just kind of went the way it went. I don't know. I hope this is just something that's a regular thing. because I like DOR. I think he's got a good role on this team, man.
Yeah.
I really do. And I'd like to see him stay in this rotation minutes. But hey, it's gonna be tough, man. There's some decisions that got to be made, man. And I think we're starting to see some little hints of what he might be leaning to do. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's see what happens. Before we close the show tonight, let's get this comment in. Cliff says, I think we all were freaking out because the team sometimes seems disengaged. But like Chuck D said, they have a playoff switch. Doesn't fill me with confidence, but I think it's a fair assessment. Well, I think they have earned that right to be thinking that, hey, they can turn it on in the playoffs. Switch, I don't know about if there's a switch. I think teams that you say have a switch in the playoffs are the ones that like just constantly find themselves like in the Eastern or Western Conference Finals at the very least. That you know when they're healthy, they're going on a run or they've won a championship already. I think with this Knicks team, I think they know it's all about what they do in the playoffs. I think that's the kind of mentality they've had down the stretch. They know they're not going to fall out of the top 3. It will be very unlikely they fall into 4 unless they just go on a terrible losing streak. That's not going to happen, especially with this schedule. That's not going to happen. So I think they're just kind of going through the motions, figuring out, just trying to get to the finish line. Now, that could be a mistake if they don't win these games because you want to play well going down the stretch. You want to play well. You don't want to be like, oh, man, like, hey, we lost 8 or 10. We lost 12 or 15, but you know, it's okay, guys. We got the playoffs now. You don't want that. You don't want that. You want to have the confidence. I think they're going to get there. But, hey, we got to get more consistent. Defensively tonight, I did not like the first half. As Ray mentioned in the open, I did not like the way we played in the first half defensively. I thought we just did not guard the 3 for shit. I think it was one of those, we were just hoping they would miss sooner or later. And they didn't. They didn't until the second half. So they got to tighten up. They have been playing well defensively since January and have moved in within the top 5 or 6 in defensive rating. I think I heard on the telecast tonight, they said since January, the Knicks have the top defensive rating in basketball since. That's a long stretch of games where they've been playing like that. So that's a good sign that they're showing they're capable of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If they lock in, they show they're capable of being that. But they got to lock in more consistently. And that's the bottom line. If you want to win an NBA championship, you got to lock in. So, you know, hey, let's hope, fellas, that this is just an off night, I guess, or whatever. Because I honestly thought they were going to play even better defensively because Brunson wasn't going to play tonight. I thought they were going to probably be more emphasizing that against an inferior team like they have. But it didn't work out like that in that first half. So thank God we had that shooting touch tonight. And we didn't have to worry about that too much. So, hey, it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. But, hey, listen, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Hey, the next game is the Nets at Timo MSG, baby. We're coming to BK, man. We're coming to put a smackdown on them. Let's hope that, you know what, I'm on this way, too. Give the captain another night off, man. We don't need pumps. What are we going to play him for? Man, give the cap another day off. Fuck it. We can beat these bums without him. So, you know, as long as we lock in. So, hey, listen, we don't need that. You know what I mean? We don't need that. Let's go the Timo MSG, take over, have a little fun before the weekend, and then we lock in for next week. What do y'all think about that, y'all?
I definitely agree. Even though I was hearing a report that he's definitely planning on playing on Friday, but you know, we're gonna listen, man. Next game's gonna be a scrimmage, so I don't expect anything not in our favor to happen. So let's go Knicks.
Yeah, let's get that 25 to 30 point lead by like 4 minutes left in the first half. We just tell Cap, yeah, take the night off, yo. T, I know you feeling that, T. Why not?
Why not? Invite some of these Nets fans. Like, yo, see if they want to pull up.
Oh, you know they ain't trying to pull up. You know they not, bro. These guys don't want to pull up, bro. They don't want to pull up. They only, you know when they gonna pull up? if for some shocking reason the Knicks drop this game to them, so they could be like, ha ha!
Exactly.
That's all it is. That's all they got. That's all they got to talk about, man. That's all they got. They are praying that happens just so they can talk some ish. We know it's not going to happen, man. But Net fans, if y'all watching the telecast, y'all know who y'all are. You know the invite is always there. Come through. Let's chop it up and talk some ball. We can even talk about your bum ass Nets. It's fine. You want to talk about them? We can do that too. You want to talk about, this blind faith on these draft picks or whatever that these guys are playing that are dropping 13 points and 8 assists against tanking teams. That's a good team. We can talk about that if you want. We can do that. We can do that. So if y'all out there, the invitation is still ready for y'all. Come through Friday. Talk about some Knicks. Maybe we'll do it Friday night. Who knows? Why not? You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that man cave before we close up? What do you think about this game against the Nets coming up on Friday, bro?
Man, they ain't coming through. Knicks gonna win that game. They're gonna win the next game against the Wizards too. So first you can take if you want. So you can take games.
Hey, this schedule's light, man. Listen, as Ray mentioned earlier, man. This schedule, they can go on a run here. I don't see why the Knicks can't at least win almost every game left. To be honest, I mean, obviously, we're not going out here predicting they're going to go undefeated. It's the NBA; anything can happen. Maybe towards the end of the season, Mike Brown might want to give guys rest. Who knows? But look at the schedule. I mean, come on. I mean, we got cupcakes coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the biggest cupcake in Brooklyn. Cheesecake. You want to call it Juniors, whatever. Then you got the Wizards Sunday at home. That's a dub. They don't even want to win anyway. That's a dub. Then we got the Pelicans at home. Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte is decent. They'll be formidable. We got to play well, but we should win that game. You know what I mean? And then we do have at Oklahoma City and at Houston coming up before the month is over. So I would say those two games are probably the toughest games we got. For the rest of the way. And then we got Boston on April 9th at home. That's going to be a big game. That could decide home court for the two. Right. You know what I mean? That could very well decide the way things are going right now. So that little stretch, those last 3 games could really decide this 2 seed. You got back-to-back at home against Boston and Toronto. And then you close up against who's that? Charlotte or Toronto? Who's that? That's the Hornets. So, hey, those last 3 games could decide this 2 seed. So it would be a good look for the Knicks to go on a great run right now. Take advantage of this soft ass schedule. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat to give yourself some breathing room just in case. You know what I mean? So let's see how that goes. What y'all think about that, man?
Definitely. Once again, I really feel like we can run the table. The scheduling is definitely in our favor, and at the end of the day, the top 3 seeds is right open. So I'm pleased with whatever we end with. Who's ever in front of us, we're gonna show up and we're gonna play to our best of our ability. So I'm not even stressing it, man.
Me neither. Let's just set the tone and just smack around Brooklyn on Friday and just have a good weekend. How about that? Let's just do that.
Get these bums out of here, man.
Get these bums out of here. Yeah, I don't need the Nets. I don't need to hear about the 5 picks. Okay, if the Nets can't beat us, would that be like what 15 in a row if they lose? We beat them again? Is that like what? How many games in a row we beating these bums? Like
I lost count, bro. Like it's so bad. Do you know, man, Cave? I really don't know, bro.
I think it is about that.
They lost me at 13, bro. I don't even like. It's like I don't even remember how many. Whatever it is, let's just have a good weekend and stay healthy. And hopefully Mike Brown does the right thing and just says, "Hey, Cap, just take another day. Come on, we'll see you Sunday. We got this. Come on, we got this. So it is what it is. But hey, that's gonna wrap it up tonight, folks. Knicks blow out the Pacers, 136-110 to move back within 1 game of the 2 seed. it was a game without the captain, but we got the job done. So, hey, that's all that matters. And the next game against those Brooklyn bum ass Knicks. Oh, here we go. We got another comment. The Mario Montag, what's good, bros? He says, "Let's go, Knicks. Salute, man. Salute. Where you been, brother? You should have been on with the show. We closing tonight." But hey, don't forget to catch us on the next one. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button, bro. Keep it locked here, man, for that Knick content coming your way real soon, bro. For sure, for sure. Salute to you and Knick Nation out there, but that's going to wrap it up tonight. Hey, if we got some games, some winnable games going up, Knicks, don't trip up. Don't make us feel bad or look bad. Take care of business these next few games. All right? Take care of business, Knicks. Get the cap ready and healthy, and let's get Mikal Bridges to figure this shit out already and get it together. That's all I ask. But before we go, I'm gonna just let my guys on the stage give their closing thoughts. Ray, you go first. What are your closing thoughts before we conclude today, man?
Definitely, man. Somebody did a comparison between this current Knicks team and the previous one, and I think we're like up a game. So, once again, we're in the same spot that we were the year before. So, I just feel like this team is better, and I really hope that we finally have a coach that can get us to the mountaintop. So, to be seen. Yeah. I'm very optimistic. I do have my little concerns here and there, but obviously my optimism weighs more than my concerns. So, and I'm pleased, man. Let's go Knicks. Let's close out. Let's end the season on a strong note and let it carry on to the postseason.
For sure. Couldn't have said it any better, bro. Man, K, what are your thoughts, concluding thoughts for tonight's show and tonight's game, brother?
Tonight's game, like I said, man, great showing by the Knicks. Like I said, this is how you're supposed to beat inferior opponents and stuff like that, man. It took a while, but the final score shows at 136 to 110. Like these last 12 games of the season, I want to see the bench guys really like come in and really produce out there because we're going to need the bench players in the playoffs, man. So I need to see these guys to really shoot the ball, can play some defense, and see who we could who could count on, man. So I want to see these guys like, Diawara, like I said, I like a young player. The only reason why he ain't played tonight because Mitch and Towns was playing tonight because he usually played a 4 spot mostly. So with Mitch playing, so I think that's took away his minutes. So I ain't even worried about that. But like I said, need Clarkson, Shamet. Shamet didn't have a good shooting night tonight. Need him to really start shooting that ball well because he did have a lot of wide open shots. Bridges, all these guys got to make shots, man. But the main thing, man, these last 12 games, get these bench guys to start producing and performing so that way we can have a strong bench going into the playoffs, give these guys some confidence, man. And that's what I'm looking forward to and stuff like that with Brunson taking games off or Towns taking games off. I need to see somebody else step up. Who's going to step up? So that way, guess what? In the playoff, if one of them guys ain't playing, you already it's come second nature, so you ain't going to stress about it. So I want to see that, show the mental toughness. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Facts, man. Hey, you said it perfect, man. When it comes these opportunities to show what they can do. So if something does happen in the playoffs, they ready. If you're always ready, you don't have to get ready. That's what this would mean. So I totally agree with you. Well said, brother. Well said, brother. Hey, that's gonna wrap up today's show. Salute the Knick Nation out there and everybody that joined us watching the pod. Salute to my guys, Ray T, who we just lost, but it's all good. He joining the show, and also Man Cave for coming through, showing that love. I appreciate all you guys coming through. And listen, we heading towards the finish line of the regular season, folks. The 2 seed is what it's all about. All about that race for that 2 seed. They still got 12 games left. It's getting closer and closer. Let's see our Knicks get it done and take advantage of the schedule and take hold of that 2 seed for the playoff run that we expect to happen to the NBA Finals. But that's going to do it. Before I go, hey, I just ask one thing. I ask one thing from everybody out there if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel especially. Make sure you smash that subscribe button to Born for Sports because, folks, I talk all sports. As you can see, big time Knicks fan. Hey, you a Knicks fan, you want to chop it up with the real OGs, you come through to this channel and chop it up with fellas like us all the time. Keep it locked, Knicks Nation. The chase for the 2 seed, the playoffs are coming real soon. Keep it locked for that Knicks content you seek. I talk New York Giants football. 1 week gone from free agency. I have to say, the Giants have improved, y'all. They've improved in a lot of different categories of the team. I like the way the team is shaping up. I do have some concerns with the interior offensive line. I'm sure there's going to be some things to be addressed there. We still got a draft to go. Hey, we signed a middle linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds. I love that move. Hey, we got Illuminor back, solidify the right side of that offensive line, which was a good move by the New York Giants. Hey, we made some Isaiah Likely, the tight end. Weapon, going to be a big-time weapon in this offense. I like what I'm seeing from this New York Giants team. They're making a lot of really good, smart moves. They even signed Darnell Mooney to a 1-year deal, I saw.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a sneaky good move for this New York Giant football team. You're talking about a guy who's had success in this offense that Matt Nagy wants to run. He's done it in the past. He had a good year with Atlanta 2 years ago. I think on a 1-year deal, this is a solid get for the New York Giants as well for this offense. And, folks, we still got a whole draft to worry about next month. Keep it locked, New York Giant Nation, for that Giant content. I promise coming real soon. I talk about the Mets. Hey, baseball season's coming. I just saw a few minutes ago, I saw Venezuela won. They won the WBC Classic over the U.S. So congratulations to Venezuela winning the WBC. USA with a valiant effort, but they came up short. Hey, listen, baseball season's on deck, y'all. Yeah. Baseball season's on deck. Next week, actually, the New York Mets, the New York Yankees, and the rest of MLB get started. Oh, man. In a nick of time as well, man. I'm glad baseball season's about to start, man. Just in time for spring being the first day of spring Friday. Listen, y'all, keep it locked here for that baseball content you seek. I promise we will have that really soon, whether it's the New York Met content, Yankees, whatever you guys want to be into. Keep it locked here, y'all. Coming real soon. And as you can see, we talk about the Jets. We talk about the Yankees. We even talk about the bum Brooklyn Nets. We talk about whatever you want to talk about in the world of sports, especially New York sports. Salute to Knicks Nation and my guys on the panel joining tonight. Like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Let's go Knicks.